So last week, maybe July 1st, or maybe it was July 2nd, I shipped out only two packages. One was a pair of shoes, some Converse, or no, they were Vans. And then I also shipped a copy of the Hobbit, Tolkien's Hobbit. It was a Polish version. I do keep an eye on packages that are in progress, like they're being shipped. They're currently in the hands of the post office or whoever. I try not to get obsessive about it. So I do look at them, and I probably look at them more than I should, but not to a crazy degree. But anyway, I have been looking at this book, The Hobbit, and I've seen it saying it was not, there was a tracking number provided, but it has not been delivered to the post office yet. And this is one that I dropped off through the mailroom at my work. Both of these packages went out through my work mail. And so they don't get scanned until they get to the post office. Anyway, this package never got scanned, and I was thinking sooner or later it's going to show up. It'll get scanned by the post office. Something will happen. And then I started thinking, I wonder if I accidentally duplicated that label, printed the same label twice, and put it on both packages. I started having a suspicion that that's what I did. And then today, the person who bought the shoes contacted me to say the shoes arrived. There's no problem with them. However, I did also receive a copy of The Hobbit in Polish. So I did copy that label twice and accidentally put it on both packages. So there's a mistake. I have made that mistake before, at least once before, maybe twice. So it's something I need to keep my eye on to make sure I don't do that again. But anyway, she said, basically saying she's going to be visiting the post office today and she'd be willing to ship that package back to me. And I thought, she's already seems friendly and amenable, so I'm going to ask her to ship it just directly to the person who actually bought it. So yeah, she said she would go ahead and do that. I told her I would give her back some of the money, or maybe all of the money, for the shoes to thank her for doing this. And she insisted that she just wanted to do it to help me out. So I'm pretty sure I'm still going to send her some of her money back because it feels like the right thing to do. And I don't want her to have to take the hits. It probably cost $4 or $5 for her to ship that package back. So we'll see what we come up with, but I'm probably going to give her a pretty good refund on those shoes. And I think I will also give a little bit of a refund on the book too. I contacted that buyer and told him the situation and let him know that the package should be on the way. This person who bought the shoes was kind enough to send me the tracking number, so I was able to pass that along to the actual buyer of the book. And so I was also able to update eBay to tell them there's 2 tracking numbers on this order now, and hopefully it gets there quickly. It's going to be 4 or 5 days later than it should be, so I apologize for that. But anyway, this person's name is Susan, and so thank you so much, Susan. It's very nice of you, and I'd like to think I would do the same thing if I was in your situation. So I really appreciate it. Please take a look. I'm definitely sending you some money back, whether you want me to or not. So thank you so much. Okay, tonight I think we have 5 orders to pack. Right now I'm going to pull all those orders, and then I'm going to come back in a few hours to pack them because we're going out tonight to see the new Superman movie. We ended up getting tickets for a preview screening, so I'm excited to see it. This is probably going to be our last kind of date night in a little while because we spent so much money at the hotel over the fireworks, the 4th of July weekend, to keep our dog safe from the fireworks. So I'm going to come back after we see the movie. I was hoping to get home early enough that I could get everything packed and then we could go see the movie, but I got stuck at work for a little while. Then I took the dog for a walk, and we ran into a neighbor who also was having some fireworks issues. So we talked for 20 minutes or whatever, and I did not get here in time to do everything I need to do. So right now I'm going to pull all of that inventory. Did I say there were 5 orders? I think there's 5. And then I'll probably be packing them tonight at 9:30 or 10 o'clock when we get home from the movie. So for me, it's going to be a few hours. For you, it's going to just be a couple of seconds. Okay, we are back. We I think I left here about 6:30. It's 10 after 10 now. So I had a few more orders in the meantime since the last time I talked to you. And let's get this stuff packed. I don't want to be up all night, so we gotta just get moving. All right, yeah, so we went to see the preview or a early screening, I guess, of the new Superman movie. It's pretty good. We enjoyed it. It was fun. I thought it would be more crowded. There were several empty seats near us, so I was kind of surprised by that. There were a lot of people wearing Superman capes, like basically the entire audience, except for us. I was hoping this was going to be some kind of special screening where they would give some kind of promotional item or something that I could sell to kind of recoup the cost of the tickets. It wasn't that expensive, but yeah, I was just kind of imagining there was going to be something available as a giveaway or something. Okay, I brought these boxes. I don't think anything that I have for sale that I have sold here is going to fit in one. Maybe I might as well go ahead and put this. I don't really want to open this. It's a set of silverware, continental silver. It's like, I don't know if it's like 8 or 9 pieces or some spoons and some forks. Pretty random collection of pieces, but they're nice with wooden handles and pretty cool looking. I got these for $3.56 from my little local thrift store that I go to all the time, and I do find some decent stuff there pretty regularly. Just yesterday I got that Magnolite pot there. That's probably going to be, I don't know, I'll probably sell it for $150 to $200. So I was happy to pick that up. These I've had since February. And like I said, $3.56. I sold them for $35. I can't even remember now. This only happened a few minutes ago, and I already can't remember if this was an offer. It had to have been $35. I think the movie ended, and I knew there was going to be some credits, mid-credit and end-credit scenes. So we were hanging around there, and I was answering eBay questions while everybody else was finishing up their popcorn or whatever. Okay, so $3.50 into $35. That's 10 times the cost of goods. That's the kind of numbers I like. I did end up with some decent sales tonight, and for the first time in a while, we're going to be making a little bit of money. I think every day so far this month has been like $30 or less profit, and I think today's going to be about $1.80, something like that. Just over 1 pound, 1 pound, 1 ounce. That's a shame. This box, 10 by 7 by 3, and it's going to SI. This is just going to Michigan. Should be relatively cheap to ship this, I think. We'll find out. As soon as I'm done with all this, I'm going to buy all the shipping labels, and then we'll find out what kind of profits we made on all of this stuff. Okay, this is probably not going to be big enough for 3 pairs of pantyhose. No, I'm doing something a little nicer than this. Okay, since I recorded the video earlier, I have been talking back and forth with Susan, who helped me out with the book today, and she wanted to help me out of the kindness of her heart, and I was suggesting that she should get something out of it, and I was offering to give her the shoes that she got. I'll give her a big refund on those shoes. She didn't really think I should do that. She just wanted to do this for me, but I was kind of insistent. I'm going to give her her money back, whether she wants it or not. And then she came up with a solution to say, I have these pantyhose for sale in my shop, and she could use them. And if she bought one, I could send her the other one for free. I'm going to go ahead and send all 3. And I'm also secretly going to refund as much of that sale as I can, because I want to give this to her for a gift. So hopefully she'll be okay with that, because that's what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to just put a piece of cardboard in here as a little bit of stiffening. This is folded in half, so I'm going to cut it. I'm just going to put the single piece of cardboard in here, and then I'm going to put these in top of it. I don't think they can really be damaged in shipping, so they're going to be okay. And after we get done with the shipping labels, I'm going to go through the process of doing a refund as fast as I can and show you how I would go about doing that if I can, if we have time. Okay, I'm gonna cover up some of these labels right now, and right on here, hose 10 ounces. This package is 12 by 9 by 2 and SS. Let's go into SS. All right, that's out of the way. All right, next. So thank you again, Susan. I hope you're gonna take these pantyhose and enjoy them and not complain that I'm gonna send you your money back. I really appreciate what you've done. It's that book was not the most expensive item, and it wouldn't have been the end of the world to refund it, but I wanted the buyer to get it, and I think that he would appreciate the effort that you've put into. So thank you again. Okay, let's move on. Here we have some, I'm not gonna open these either. I've already packed these up. It's a set of 7 plates, Lennox Hayworth, they're called. These I might have had for a long time. October 2023, I've had these sitting around. I can't remember if those were some of the ones that I just got around to listing, or if I listed them a long time ago and they just finally sold. But this box is probably not exactly what I want. It's the right dimensions around, but it's probably not tall enough. So I think I want there to be more room around these plates for padding to protect them from any potential bumps along the way in the shipping process. So I might have to, because this box is only 5 inches tall, so it really only gives like 1.5 inches maybe for the top and the bottom for padding. I feel like I'm gonna have to, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and get another one of these boxes and cut one of the sides up to make this taller. I want it to probably be taller than that. Let's just pick a number, 5.5, 5.25, 5.25. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is cut these flaps right here and try to make this box a little taller. In a way it's going to be taller, in a way it's going to be shorter. Whoops. I used to talk a lot about being careful cutting with a ruler like this because a long time ago I cut off the tip of my finger doing this. So I might as well say it again, be careful. This is a dangerous way to cut boxes. Okay, so what I've done is made a box that's now, how tall? About 7.5 instead of that other box, which is only 5. And then I'll use the other box on the top of this one, like a little cap, which I've done similarly on a lot of other boxes in the past. So this thing is just gonna get, these flaps I'm gonna cut off completely. Sorry if you can't really see what I'm doing. This is a big box, really, and it's blocking the view of the camera. Whoops. Okay, I think I'm just gonna throw this in the bottom here, maybe both, to add a little extra protection on the top and bottom, and then I'm gonna wrap those. This is gonna be the most complicated pack for sure. So as soon as we're done with this, it will be smooth sailing. Okay, hopefully you're able to follow what I'm doing here. I'm trying to move quickly, so maybe I'm not explaining it well enough, but I think that it's not that difficult to understand. Okay, I'm gonna put a few wraps of bubble wrap. I only have the smaller bubble wrap, and really for something like this, you probably want the heavier, thicker, big bubbles. And I might have a few pieces of that. This little bin is full of scrap bubble wrap and other padding kind of material. I'm gonna just do this in a couple different directions and try to give this thing as much padding as I can. Okay, so I have that double layer of cardboard on the bottom. That should be pretty strong by the time we're done here. And I'm gonna just put a layer about 1 inch or 1.5 inches of paper here to keep this from getting too close to the edge. Okay, now I'm going to, the lights went out. Hey Google, turn on basement. Something happened. I think Jessica might have done something upstairs. Okay, all right, we're getting there. Like I said, this one's gonna be the most time consuming, and then I got another set of plates here, gonna be similar to this, but not quite as complicated because there's only 2 of them. And it's getting later and later all the time, so we gotta keep this show rolling. So I'm trying to fill up all around the edges. Right now I'd say it's 1.75 inches on all sides of this, so that should be enough space to protect these plates pretty well. This computer turns itself off sometimes, and I'm gonna need it in a minute. So I replaced the battery on that computer 3 or 4 months ago maybe, And I have a suspicion there's a fan that needs to be replaced, but I think I've had about enough of trying to repair that computer. It's been giving me trouble ever since I bought it. I thought I heard pineapple. Pineapple, somebody let you down here? There. Somebody throw you in here? Somebody throw you in here? Come here, bud. Come here. We don't have a lot of time. Let's show off a little bit. Come here. Jump. Pineapple. Jump. Hey, look at me. Jump. Come here. Come here. Jump. All right, get out of here. All right, he made his appearance. Jessica's already planning a Halloween costume based on crypto from the Superman movie for him. He is pretty good. He likes to wear clothes, or he doesn't mind it anyway. And it is cute to see him running around in a sweater or whatever. He's got one really nice sweater. It looks like he's on his way to college. Okay. All right. So I think you saw what I did there. Just put that cap on the top of the box, and now that is ready to go. Or close to it anyway. I'm gonna just tape the lid on and be done. But it's gonna be heavy. Okay. I probably don't need to do this, but might as well. Okay. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be 7 pounds. Oh, way off. It's over 12 pounds. And this is gonna be 15 by 15 by 7. Okay, who's it going to? This is the last thing, and then we're done with it. GB. So hopefully this is worth the effort. It sold. I paid $14 for all these plates, and I sold it for $85. So that's not bad. I had them listed for $100. I sent out. I know I sent 15% offer on these plates today, so that would have made it $85. But then somebody else sent me an offer for $85, so it just kind of worked out. All right, right here is a password safe. Huh. This is too big to fit in one of those boxes I was using in there, but all the other boxes I have are way too big. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just put it in. I don't have a lot of random small boxes, but I just have these that I purchased. So this is the only real choice. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time resizing this because, like I said many times already, it's getting late. It's later and later all the time. And I am not wanting to be here packing until midnight. I will shorten this box a little so I don't have to fill it up with so much paper. But that doesn't take very long. Okay, so it's like a little device where you store your passwords to keep everything safe. I don't know if they still make these kind of things. They probably do. This one looks sort of like 2000s. No date on it. Patent pending. I don't know. I paid $3. I paid $5 for it. Password safe. I paid $5 for it at the Goodwill in February of last year, so it's been floating around for a little while. Oh, here's that heavy duty bubble I was talking about. Let's throw that in here. I'm trying to fill up space in this box so I don't have to expend a lot of paper. Okay, yeah, it's been over a year since I bought this, February 2024. So it's been floating around here for quite a while. $29.99 plus shipping. Password, 1 pound, 1 ounce again. And let's see, what is this? 13 by 10 by 4. And who's it going to? AW. All right, what's next? Okay, ice cream machine instructions. I've got this ice cream maker in there. I can't remember why I can't remember if it didn't work or I just didn't want to deal with it or what, but I parted it out. I broke it up into several parts. And so far, I'm sure we've more than covered the expense of buying the thing in the first place. Right now, this is just the instruction manual, $6.99 plus shipping. Somebody paid. It's in pretty rough condition. You know, it's old. This is probably a machine from the 60s. I sold the lid. Maybe I just sold the lid off of it so far. I can't remember for sure, but I think I just sold the lid, and then now this instruction manual. I actually, you know what? I think that this even was pretty sure I got this for free. Does it say estate sale? Yeah, I got this from that. It's not super uncommon, but I haven't been to a lot of these kind of estate sales where they've gotten whatever money they think they can get out of the possessions of the house, and now they just need to get it cleared out so they can sell it. So they just open the doors and say, come in and take whatever you want. So I did get quite a few things there, including this ice cream maker. I wrote machine on there when I was going to write manual. And I'm looking at the photos. I'm looking at the main photo, and it looks much nicer than the actual manual in front of me. So hopefully the buyer is not disappointed when they get it and it's it looks pretty old. TR. The other one, the lid I sold, I was kind of surprised. The person who bought it was a first-time eBay buyer, and they bought it like on June 29th or something like that, and so they needed it by the 3rd because they were taking it on their 4th of July camping trip. And I got it out very quickly, and it arrived, I think, by July 1st, according to the tracking number. And I expected to hear something like, you know, thank you for doing this, because it was pretty unlikely that this package was going to arrive on time based on when they bought it. But no, nothing. Didn't even get any feedback from it. Okay, this is another set of plates. These are Vera Wang designed plates by Lennox. I think Lennox, yeah. And I've been listing a lot of these. I haven't been selling a ton of them, but I have sold several of them. These are, you know, nice, very nice quality plates. So these two, I think they're probably salad plates or accent plate or something like that. Sold for $38.99 for the two of them. I paid $2.20 for them, so pretty good. I'm going to use my stretch wrap to pull these two plates together and keep them tight. This is the same technique I used with that other stack of plates. A sheet of cardboard, two pieces of bubble wrap, and then pull it tight together with stretch wrap so they can't possibly move around in relation to each other and bump against each other. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to use one of these 12 by 12 boxes. I'm trying to think of what's going to be the best way to resize it, because these boxes do have pre-scored lines for resizing, but I don't think they're in appropriate locations for me for this little stack of plates. Okay, so again, I'm going to apologize for the view. You're going to be seeing mostly box here for the next couple of minutes. So back to my resizing tool, and I want to get it down probably about there. The farther down you reach, the harder it is to keep straight when you slide it along here. And it doesn't really matter. You could still make it work if you have a little crooked line, but the straighter it is, the better. Okay, I'm gonna cut these flaps off quickly, and we'll put those in the bottom of the box for protection, just like we did the last time. The top of this is gonna have multiple layers of cardboard from these flaps, so probably won't need too much extra. All right, I think this could probably use another couple of layers of bubble wrap. It really is more the edges of the plates that I'm concerned about than the top and the bottom. Okay, paper. We're getting there. I couldn't tell you how many boxes I've shipped like this with plates in it. Not 100, probably not even 50, maybe 20, 25, maybe 30, I don't know, but so far so good. I haven't had any plates or any kind of fragile items damaged in shipping. You know, it's been fine. There's probably a lot more I could do to protect these, you know. Double boxing things is always a good idea, but you have to take the reality of it into consideration and how much it's going to cost to ship that, and how much it costs in materials. Do you even have the materials available? So the reality is you just use whatever materials you have and make it work. And in this case, I have a pretty good box for these, and I think this is going to be a perfect shipping experience, I hope. All right, Vera, 3 pounds, 6 ounces, 30 by 6. So that's really going to be 4 pounds. 12 by 12 by 6. And, oh, they're not Vera Wang, they're Kate Spade. Did I say Vera Wang before? This is going to MCL, New Jersey. Okay, we're getting there. Two more. Okay, a Bob Dylan LP, Times They Are Changing. I do not have any record boxes, which I would like to have some, but they are too expensive. I don't want to spend $1.10 or whatever a box, which is about what they cost. So I do have, what do I have? These are pretty big. Okay, I'm just gonna make a decision and move with it, because this is gonna take too long. 10 by 10. This is not gonna be the ideal shipping technique for a box, for a record, but this is what we're gonna do. This is a $19.99 record, $19.99. So I'm basically just gonna sandwich it between 2 pieces of cardboard and call it good. Don't think I have any envelopes I could fit something like that in. All right, next I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna cut some little strips this is almost certainly a waste of my time right now, but let's just do this as fast as possible. I'm just cutting these strips and I'm going to fill these splits here with them. Don't even use a ruler, just make them as close as I can and then get them in there. I got a bunch of records at a yard sale and I kind of guessed right away that they were going to be okay because the owners or the sellers asked me if I was interested in records, and I said, yeah, but I don't see any. And they were like, well, they're here. We got them underneath a blanket so they don't get damaged by the sun. So I thought if they were concerned about them being in the sun, they probably took care of those records during their ownership of them, and that's for sure. Like almost all of these records were as close to perfect condition as you can get. You know, some of them do have some scratches and stuff, but nothing outrageous. You know, like most records you see look like they've been through a shredder. So yeah, I sold the first thing I sold out of that lot that I got 36. I got 26 records for $30 or 28 records or something like that. And the first thing I sold, so that's what, like $1, well, I'll tell you, $1.15 a piece I paid for the records. The first thing I sold out of there was Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, a first pressing. That was like $225 or something like that. So good return already. You know, I've already made more than, you know, I've already in the profit just selling one record. So any of the other ones that I sell out of there are just gravy at this point. So Bob Dylan for 20 bucks, yeah, I'll take it. I also sold some Beatles. There was like 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 Beatles records. I put them all together and did an auction because I didn't want to, you know, it's so hard with records to really know, are you looking at a first pressing? Are you looking at a third pressing? Are you looking at a reissue from 20 years later? It's hard to tell and know the value of those things. So I just figured I'll put up an auction. I'll let the consumer do the research for me. And I only sold those, I think it was 7 records for $50. And I told this story to a guy I work with who's a real record collector. And he was like, that one record is worth more than $50. But I was happy to get it. That would be like, I spent $6 or $7 on these records and I sold them for $50. That's good for me. Okay, Dylan, 12 ounces. This is gonna be like 14 by 1. And I'm gonna write on here, do not bend, even though I don't think it's gonna do any good. If a carrier wants to bend it, they're gonna bend it. Do not bend. Put it on this side too. Do not bend. Might as well do it here. We're not in a hurry. Okay, DW, this is going to. Okay, are we at the last one? I think so. All right, this is a vintage little massager. I have another one of these, very similar, that's been listed for quite a long time and has not sold. And this one I just got at a big rummage sale at a school, like a fundraiser. That was in just at the end of June on the 20th. I only paid $1 for it and I didn't see any similar ones with that were exactly the same, you know, for sale or having been sold. So nothing to compare it to as far as price. But I did have the other one that I bought. It's not the same brand, but it looks, I think it's probably the exact same manufacturer. They just changed the branding names on it. That's my guess. And that one was only selling for like $10 or $12. So I got this for $1 at that rummage sale. I just put it for $10.99. You know, I figured I'm not gonna make much on this, but let's just get rid of it. So it sold pretty quickly. I mean, that's probably less than 2 weeks it sold. So I'm pretty happy with that, even though it's not a big win as far as profit. It came in and it's going out in a short amount of time. So paid $1 for it, sold it for $11 plus shipping. This is a pretty nice box for $11 vintage massager. 1 pound, 2 ounces. Why are all these just over 1 pound? Massage 0.2. This is going to be $11.97, and it's going to a buyer named EC. Okay, I'm going to quickly load all of this information into eBay's label purchasing page, and then I'll be right back to tell you about profit on each item and profit for the entire day. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay, it's officially after 11 p.m. and we just finished up getting all of these 8 packages ready to go. Got labels on all of them, and now let's quickly run down proceeds so we can be done with this and go to bed. Okay, first thing up was the set of silverware. They were sealed up in a plastic bag, so you didn't really see what they look like, but they're nice, trust me. So after all eBay fees and shipping label and everything, we ended up making $26.15 on those. Then we had the pantyhose, the 3 packs of pantyhose. These are going off to Susan, who helped me out with the missing package today. And I refunded her. She paid $19. I tried to figure out a refund that would be like, basically ended up so that I would be, it's not like I don't want to lose any money, but I don't want to lose too much money on this. So I refunded her $19.66, and she bought 2 pairs of the pantyhose. I put all 3 in the package and sent them off to her. So I ended up losing $3.35 on that deal, which is much less than it would cost to refund the book that was lost. And then also the I would take a hit for I'm not sure what they call it when something gets some kind of a defect on my account. I don't know exactly what it's called, but now I don't have to worry about that, hopefully, and that's well worth $3.35. So I probably should have just given you all of your money back, but I did keep a little bit of it so that way it wouldn't be too much of a hit. Anyway, I do appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you're satisfied, and I hope you have a great life. Seem like a very nice person. Okay, then I sold 7 Haywood plates, or Hayworth plates by Lennox. Those sold for $59.57. The little electronic password safe ended up earning $20.85. The instruction manual for the vintage ice cream maker, only $7.14, but hey, that's just a few scraps of paper, so okay. Kate Spade, the 2 smaller accent plates, $27.60. The Bob Dylan record, $15.47. And finally, the vintage massage gun thing, $8.07. So total for today, profit-wise, $161.50, which is greater than my $140. Like right now, I'm trying to get $140 a day. That's what I need to get to $50,000 for the year, which is my goal. 161 is better than that, but the all the low days this month haven't helped. And so the average profit per day for the month of July is only $53.84. So we got to get quite a few more days like today or better to get that number, the average per day per month, up, so we can reach our goal for the year. Okay, I think all of my batteries are dying right now, so I'm going to end this video as quickly as I can. I'd love for you to tune in tomorrow. I'm sure I'm going to have another video packing some orders up. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.